Okay, I got 8 geode molds, and I'm going to do a really basic Christmas coaster video. It's strictly counterculture DIY. Artist resin, medium viscosity, my go-to resin for everything I do. I love it for every project. I never really switch around. I just stick with what I know works. And this is going to be a simple one because you just put your color into your resin. You wait about 2 hours. You come back, you embed your snowflake on top, and then you flood coat it. So it's nice and simple. Artist resin, equal parts A and B, medium viscosity. My absolute favorite. Okay, so I've mixed about, we're just going to split it up. We'll see when we get it in the cups. I'm going to do a set in a blush pink color. Mix this for 6 minutes. That's always how long I mix it. Super easy to do. Let me just move one out of the way so I don't have to do it right over the mold. So my first one, I'm going to use Resin pigment, and this is Luscious Plum, which is a beautiful, beautiful thick pigment, and it'll basically dry up where it's hard, and if you want to use it, all you do is pretty much heat it. So if you ever have some pigment, you know, that is a paste, and you open it up and it looks dried, all you have to do is warm it up and it'll turn back to a paste, and then you've got what you need. So I'm actually just going to put just a little bit on the end of a stick, and so that's going in here. It's a beautiful, almost like a golden, deep purple, Victorian kind of color. It's really just gorgeous, gorgeous. It works well with anything peacock colored. So I'm just trying to get the pigment mixed in first, and then I'm going to add something else to it. And I'll probably put a little bit more of this pigment in too, because right now it's transparent and I don't want it transparent. But what I'm going to add is Pearl-X Interference Violet, which is kind of, it's just a beautiful interference color. And I'm just going to knock off a little into it. And we're just going to see what it looks like. I have no clue, but I thought, that would be kind of pretty to put it in with that deep plum color. So that's what I'm going to do. And the interference will lighten it a bit, and it'll also maybe give it a color shift feel. The great thing about mica powders, they go a long way, they last forever, and unless you use like a certain one, I use Sparkle White a lot, and the Sparkle Miner's Gold from Etsy Funshine Color Shop. I use those so much, so I get it in larger quantities, but something like this, you know, unless you use it over and over again, it's going to last you a while. Just these little containers will. I'm almost tempted to put in my other color, but I don't know. Okay, so we're going to mix that in real well, and then I'm probably going to put a little bit more of the plum pigment in. I just thought it'd be a really pretty color. I'm going to add a little bit of cranberry alcohol ink. For the fun of it, for the fun of it. Why not, why not, why not? In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't change it really that much, if any. If nothing else, it's just going to make it a little bit more of a violet red instead of a violet color, but you can't even really tell. But that's very pretty. Can you see how beautiful that color is? Okay. Now this one, I'm going to use Laura's Art Corner Cherry Blossom, which is just a really pale, shimmery pink. Because, you know, pink is just, that rose gold pink color is just really big right now. So I thought, let's just do some coasters in that color. I'm going to put a little Marvelous from Etsy Funshine Color Shop. I'm just going to scrape it in with my finger so it's a little bit deeper. And I'm going to put a few drops of gold alcohol ink with that. I'm just kind of creating my own colors, you know. I'll throw in a couple of drops of gold into this as well. You don't know until you try, right? So I'm basically going to just split it up into the 4 coasters. So this is basically about 1 ounce of resin in each coaster, which holds typically 2 ounces. All right, so I have silver snowflakes that I'm going to add into these, but I'm going to wait at least a couple of hours and let them get tacky and start to set up so that the snowflakes don't sink into the resin. So I'll be back. Okay, it's still tacky. So I've got my snowflakes and I'm just going to slightly press it in, but it's not sinking because it's been about 2 to 3 hours. You don't have a chance to move it once you lay it down, so just keep that in mind. This will be really pretty with the liquid chrome paint pen on the edges. These came from Amazon, in case you're wondering. And I'm going to mix up about 8 ounces of resin to top coat it and unmold them tomorrow. I'll be back. Okay, so it's been overnight and these are ready to unmold. A pretty shimmer, kind of a red violet color. There's that pretty snowflake in it. And there's the lovely pink. Kind of that blush color, which is so pretty. So I had a little mishap on this one. If you can see that ridge right there, when I had my net, my food net tent over this, sometime after I walked away, the edge of the net landed in the edge of the coaster and the net embedded in the resin. So I had to heat the resin up. I was able to pull the netting out, but it left a little pattern, and it also left a ridge that's not even. I don't know if you can see how uneven that is. So I'm going to sand this and flood coat this coaster with just a tiny bit of resin, almost just paint it on to just finish it out and give it a nice smooth look after I've sanded it. So I'm going to just sand it down a little bit. So this one I'll wait on to do the silver edges, but I am going to do silver edges on all these, and I'll do another coat of resin on top of this one. And I love to use liquid chrome oil-based paint pen, and it is the shiniest silver out there that I've seen. So there's two beautiful sets of coasters, and something that anybody can really do. You don't have to be an expert with resin to be able to get this effect. It's quite simple. It's just a two-step process, and I hope you learned something. I did these last year and they were a really big hit. They were beautiful on black, a pale blue, any Christmas colors. It really works on any color. It's just quite gorgeous. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next video. Check out all the links below. Make sure to come join the auction group that Heather Mater and I have started. There's going to be wonderful pieces of beautiful art from 12 different artists, including the two of us, for this particular auction, and it will be an ongoing auction event that will happen in 2022 in that Facebook group. So check it out, and I'll see you on the next video. Love you all. Bye bye.